Hello legends, it's Guan here. Good to see you all here today. Thanks for tuning in for today's video. We'll be looking at this young company from South Korea that has the potential to challenge the Chaebol. It's basically a term for big groups of conglomerates in South Korea. Think about companies like Samsung, LG, Lotte, SK Group, Hyundai and more that reportedly control over 80% of Korean GDP. Introducing Coupang, ticker symbol CPNG. Now, in this video, I'll be covering 6 major aspects. Number 1, what does the company do? Number 2, revenue streams. Number 3, market size and opportunities. Number 4, potential risks and competitions. Number 5, financials. Number 6, valuation and my final thoughts. So, without further ado, let's get ready for a ride. What does the company do? Coupang is an e-commerce giant in South Korea. It's basically your go-to e-commerce app for South Koreans. It offers dawn and same-day delivery option, including the fresh produce items. Now, the CEO has always touted that the items ordered as late as before 12 AM midnight will arrive before 7 AM. Now, this is known as their rocket delivery. They have an innovative item packaging solution known as boxless and zero packaging, where they eliminate the cardboard boxes in over 75% of the parcels that they package. This is definitely an interesting solution that can save a huge portion of costs in the e-commerce business. One of the latest statements from the CEO is that they managed to reduce 8,000 tons of packaging waste annually, thanks to their boxless zero packaging solution. Now, Coupang also carries their own inventory of products for sale to consumers, as well as providing a marketplace for sellers. They are by far the largest SKUs in the entire South Korea e-commerce scene. Now, they also have Coupang Eats, Coupang Pay, and My Storefront. So think of them as the Uber Eats, a fintech solution, and a Shopify-like service for the sellers, respectively. What are their revenue streams? Number 1, net retail product revenue, which makes up approximately 92% of total revenue. B, net other revenue, approximately 8% of total revenue. Basically, it consists of number 1, the commissions from Coupang's e-commerce marketplace platform that connects buyers and sellers. Number 2, basically the fees that they earn from the company's online food delivery services from the Coupang Eats. Number 3, basically the fees that they earn for digital advertising services offered by Coupang. And number 4, the flat monthly subscription fee for their Coupang Wow membership program that costs about $2.50 per month. Market size and opportunity. South Korea has the highest smartphone penetration rate in the world, with basically more than 93% of the population using a smartphone every day. Now, don't disregard the fact that South Korea also ranks number 2 in terms of mobile broadband speed and number 4 in terms of the broadband speed in the world. Damn! Now, this is a perfect brewing ground for the e-commerce opportunities. South Korea's total spend in retail, grocery, consumer, food service, and travel adds up to about $470 billion in 2019, and it is expected to hit $534 billion in 2024. The e-commerce spend was $128 billion in 2019, expected to hit $206 billion by 2024, which is a CAGR growth of 10%. On top of that, the total e-commerce spend for all internet buyers in Korea is expected to grow from approximately $2,600 in 2019 to approximately $4,300 in 2024 on a per buyer basis. That's slightly less than 2x growth, but still impressive growth. Now, interesting footnote from the prospectus is that 70% of the population lives within 7 miles of a Coupang logistics center. Coupang currently has over 25 million square feet across over 30 cities. That's about over 400 football fields in a country that is 1% of the size of the US. It's definitely a huge market despite having 6x less than the population of the USA. Emphasizing the point that 50% of the total Korean population live in Seoul. This definitely shows a potentially attractive market. Now, do you agree with my findings? Leave your comment down below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell. Potential risks and competitors. Now, the thing with hyper-growth companies such as Coupang, Tesla, Shopify, and so on is super duper reliant on the key management personnel. In this case, it will be the CEO and founder, Bom Suk Kim. If anything ever happens to him, it's likely that the company will be affected negatively. Now, another big thing in this e-commerce market is the competition. E-commerce market size is a huge and profitable arena for not just Coupang, but also other players, as well as the Chinese e-commerce juggernauts such as Alibaba, JD.com, as well as the local Korean e-commerce players such as the likes of Naver, Gmarket, 11ST, Tmont, and more. Now, in the South Korea offline retail market, you have the Chaebols, basically the whole bunch of wealthy families of corporations that have significant control of Korea's economy. Now, these legacy companies have been dominating the offline commerce markets with lots of shady business practices and scandals in the past. It definitely seems like the opportunity is ripe for the e-commerce companies to offer better shopping experience for the Korean consumers. That being said, I'll definitely want to watch out for these big boys Chaebols in the e-commerce. Another important thing is the risk of consumers spending less per every cohort. Now, this metric is practically the lifeline metric for Coupang. I would definitely want to keep an eye on their consumer spending by cohort. That being said, Coupang has achieved magnificent results in this metric. Financials. Now, this chart gives us a revenue CAGR of more than 60%. Impressive growth. Kudos to the management. Not to mention, they just started to turn positive operating cash flow in the fiscal year 2020. In their latest Q1 2021 update, their operating cash flow fell to a negative $183 million as compared to positive $340 million in Q1 2020. But I'll continue to observe. Now, their revenue increased by 74.3% year over year in Q1 2021. It's a very impressive growth indeed. Now, one interesting note from the S1 filings is that Coupang management has reportedly highlighted that they will focus on free cash flow rather than short-term profit margin. I think this definitely sounds like a nostalgia from Amazon. Interestingly enough, their free cash flow deficit reduced from negative $787 million in 2018 to negative $182 million in 2020. It's definitely showing the right progress. Valuation and my final thoughts. Now, given that Coupang's operating cash flow is still lumpy for now, I'll opt to use the price to sales multiple as the valuation yardstick. With the current market cap of approximately $73 billion, coupled with a trailing 12-month revenue of $13 billion, this gives a price to sales multiple of 5.6. With Amazon's trailing 12-month price to revenue multiple of about 4.5, and Walmart's trailing 12-month price to revenue multiple of 1, if you think Coupang has a chance to dominate the South Korean e-commerce market, then the valuation premium would be reasonable. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.